This video is sponsored by The Ridge. They make sleek metal-plated wallets designed for easy use and fit perfectly into your front pocket. It's light, durable, and comes with a lifelong warranty. Get rid of your colossal and oversized leather wallet today and get with the times. Get 10% off today with free shipping worldwide and returns by going to ridge.com/honest and use code HONEST. Again, ridge.com/honest and use code HONEST for 10% off. Link will be in the description. Camila Cabello is set to make her big screen debut in 2021 in yet another remake of Cinderella. This Cinderella story is said to have a very different spin than all of the other Cinderella stories, and I'll fill you guys in from what's known about this upcoming movie so far. It's supposed to be a musical comedy, so in a sense still retaining its Disney roots. Camila Cabello will be Cinderella obviously, and it's alleged that she's taking lead on the movie's music. It was reported that Idina Menzel would play the role of Evelyn, Cinderella's evil stepmother. If you don't know who Idina Menzel is, she's best known for voicing Elsa from Frozen, and her massive hit from the Frozen franchise, Let It Go. And in a casting that caused a bit of controversy online, Billy Porter is supposed to play the fairy godmother. He's had an ultra successful year. He became the first openly gay black man to win the Emmy for Best Actor in a Drama for his work on Pose, and has been a constant head-turner for his fashion-forward looks on the red carpet. Cited from Elle, Porter told CBS News in a recent interview that he would be playing his role as genderless. It hit me when I was on set the last week, how profound it is that I am playing the fairy godmother. They call it Fab G. Magic has no gender. He went on to say that playing the part without gender was powerful. Porter continued, "This is a classic. This is a classic fairy tale for a new generation. I think that the new generation is really ready. The kids are ready. It's the grown-ups that are slowing stuff down." For me personally, I don't think it really matters who plays the fairy godmother. Characters are constantly switched out in different adaptations of the same story. I think what really matters is that if it's good or not. This Cinderella story is said to have a feminist twist to it and not follow the traditional Cinderella tropes. It's also been alleged that Missy Elliott will be involved in the movie's music, which includes a rendition of Beyonce's Single Ladies. I'm interested to see this movie because I feel like it's going to be a train wreck, but a train wreck in a good way. It has so many ideas and discombobulations, and it makes me wonder how it'll all come together effectively, if it does. I will say it's cool that they're adding a new twist to it or whatever, but it would be nice to not start off the decade with a ton of remakes because that's the exact way the past decade ended, with so many remakes. It's like we've ushered in a new decade, we need new ideas, new stories, new classics. I don't feel like there needs to be another Cinderella story, whether they add a twist to it or not. It's time to move on. But since it is happening, I am very interested to see how this will all go. It's always nice seeing stars branch out of their norm within their career, and even though I'm not a fan of Camila, I want to see if she's a talented actress. And speaking of talented actresses, singers, movies, and remakes, Chloe and Halle have all of those things coming in abundance. Halle Bailey obviously stirred up some controversy when it was announced that she would be playing the Little Mermaid, but that's neither here or there. I wanted to briefly cover the R&B duo's new album, Ungodly Hour, which I think is a good body of work. And if you need some new music, you should definitely check this album out. They came out with their debut album, The Kids Are Alright, in 2018, which was a more coming-of-age album and centered around typical growing pains and experiences. One thing about Chloe and Halle is they never miss vocally. They sing their asses off. And when I mean sing, I do mean sang, because they don't hold notes live or on their records. They carry the notes. They are excellent vocally and excel in that area. With Ungodly Hour, they took a more adult approach. It has themes of one of them being the side chick on songs like Wonder What She Thinks of Me. On Busy Boy, they call it a cheating lover who got another girl pregnant. With Forgive Me, they tackle self-empowerment and moving forward. The album has a lot of relatable themes that range from loneliness to infidelity, and being happy with who you are. I will say it's not the most focused album, but it genuinely is a good body of work.
What's the biggest change from this album to your very first? You know, we've been growing as young women, so naturally the music we're creating, because we're literally telling our life story, it will grow with us. And one of the biggest lessons that we learned when creating this project is that you should never try to please anybody else but yourself, because you can never please everybody. And I remember we were all in our heads and we were constantly thinking like, what do we think people would want to hear from us? Should we change our sound? Should we do something a bit more simple? And for about 2 to 3 months, we were creating stuff that didn't sound like us at all. They were good songs, but not for us as artists. And it was some of the worst stuff we've ever created. And
it was not bad. It sounded like, to be honest.
I can't listen to
Wait,
it.
let me not say that.
But our creativity it felt so suffocated. But then once we got out of our own heads, that's when we were able to finish this album.
Yeah, once we realized, like, we're not in this to please other people. We simply do music because we love it, and that's our passion. And if people love the music, that's sweet. And if they don't, that's okay too, So yeah.
The only time I feel a little bit underwhelmed is with some of their instrumentals, but once again, their harmonies and vocal prowess are amazing. And if you need some new music right now, I do recommend listening. It's a primarily R&B pop album, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. My favorites off this album are Tipsy, Lonely, Rest of Your Life, and Do It. Tell me your favorites off this album and what you think of it. Now, there is something else I wanted to cover, and that's Lil Nas X publicly apologizing to Nicki Minaj. It all started when he asked for a feature, and it went from there. So he tweeted at her saying, "I have this song I want you on, and I was wondering." And then somebody asked him, "How come you never claimed her when people asked if you were a barb? We all knew you were." And then he responded by saying, "I didn't want people to know I was gay, to be honest." And someone responded to that tweet by saying, "Being a barb don't make you gay." And Lil Nas X responded to that tweet saying, "It don't, but people will assume if you had an entire fan page dedicated to Nicki, you are gay. And the rap/music industry ain't exactly built or accepting of gay men yet." Nicki responded saying, "It was a bit of a stink when you denied being a barb, but I understand. Congratulations on building up your confidence to speak your truth." Nas concluded this interaction by saying, "The gender's queen, I love you, and I'm sorry I did that in a time where you were already getting so much bandwagon hate. I felt so bad, hoping you wouldn't see my denial. I was just so afraid of people finding out about me and losing everything before I even got a chance." I mean, I think his standpoint on the reason why he denied being a fan of hers is a bit ignorant. Like, he was still a teenager when he hit it big, yes. But at that stage in your life, I feel like most people generally grow out of letting stigmas or perceptions affect their taste in music. That stops in elementary and middle school. But also, I guess I can understand why he may feel that way because people can be judgmental as hell. But I just feel like if you like something, listen to it, support the artist, regardless of what anyone might say, it doesn't matter. Here's why I thought he denied being a barb at first, and I guess I wasn't exactly too far off. You know that before he carved his path into the music industry, he was a popular Twitter user and an alleged Nicki Minaj stan. Yes, before his fame, he was just a regular kid on Twitter being in fandoms going by the name of Nas Mirage. A little crazy to think about, but it's pretty normal. But the thing is that whenever this question was brought up to him in interviews, he would deny it constantly, act oblivious or whatever the case might be. And recently, he finally admitted and gave confirmation that he actually was that person and a Nicki Minaj fan, going on to say, "Life is too short to pretend you're not a barb." And then someone follows it up by saying, "What the is a barb?" And he jokingly responds by saying, "It's hard to explain, it's like a feeling and a state of being." Someone else also said, "Hey bro, can you tell the barbs me and you cool? I don't think they with me at the moment." And he said, "I would have to be tier 5 barb to do that, bro. They have demoted me to tier 1. I'm sorry." So he's actually joking about it now, but it did make me wonder, why did he try to hide it in the first place? It's not that big of a deal, and most teens nowadays have fan accounts or finstas. It's normal. But actually thinking to myself about it, I do think I may understand the reasoning. Nicki Minaj and her fans are an intense group of people. And when Lil Nas X was starting to rise, Nicki was the center of a lot of controversy and public scrutiny. And when you're trying to carve your own path and own lane, you don't want to be tied to someone that's so big. You want to come into your own as an artist or personality. And even though it wasn't really a secret, if you're in the know, you already know this. It's no surprise to you. But for people who didn't, I feel like he probably didn't want to be overclouded and simply be referred to as a Nicki Minaj fan when he was first starting out in the business. But aside from that, I'm down for a collab. I think it'll be a nice little radio-friendly song. However, the barbs may not be so inviting. If you have been on the internet, you know how crazy the barbs are and can get, and they're not going to allow anything. But personally, for me, I feel like he's young, he's learning. The situation is old, move past it and collaborate. Anyways, tell me what you guys think about this situation. Are you down for Nicki and Nas X collab? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.